So, we're doing a thing where we go for a run in every single place we visit. Titada's one in Valladolid. Some pictures here.
So we had to run in a mask.
We had to run in a mask around town, which is not great, and it's starting to get a bit hotter, so we're glad we went early. We're going to pack up, have breakfast, and then we're heading off to our next destination, which is Merida.
Woo!
After a week or so in Valladolid, we made the short 2-hour trip west to the Yucatan state capital, Merida. We are backpackers, I promise. £160 for 6 nights.
Welcome to Merida! And welcome to our fancy schmancy room. We've got an option of 2 beds. Fantastic. And we've got a little, little coffee area. We can have coffee. And then I realised that you get a whole proper little packet. And look how cute! Look cute little coffee machine. I love filter coffee machines. So exciting. And we can have, what's it called? In-room. Room service. I've got room service once in my life, so I'm used to it. So, got a little getting ready area. The bathroom coming through. There's lots of marble. Lovely shower. We've got a lovely array of accoutrements, including a shoe polisher. Very important. Polish my little shoes, my new shoes. Very dirty. And then we have a balcony, which is so nice. It's a bit of a low chair.
Let's break it.
Sounds like it.
We're in the middle of Merida, which is obviously more of a city than the towns we've been so far.
Yeah, we've upgraded slowly but surely from a very small Tulum to bigger Valladolid, now like a sprawling city.
Ready?
Huh? Sorry, I'm just reading the information card. Just reading the information card. Just reading the information card. About the bed. Save our planet. Eco-friendly.
Fantastic.
It's a bed test.
Oh, that bed's broken.
Very nice soft sheets. I thought we'd continue the room tour by extending it to a hotel tour because there's so much to see. First of all, which is very fun, we've got a gym. Going to be working out real hard in here. The garden. Hammock. So we're starting our tour, little walking tour of Merida here at the Monumento de la Patria, which is basically to commemorate the city and its history. And we are going to be walking all the way down the paseo de montejo, which is like a tree-lined avenue. It's meant to have loads of colonial buildings along it. Even on the way here, we've seen some beautiful buildings, which is really fun. And yeah, there's meant to be loads of stuff to see. So we're going to walk all the way into the centre.
So this is very similar to the Champs-Élysées in Paris with the trees lining the streets. Very pretty. We're walking down to find next. On Sundays in Merida, they close the main Paseo de Montejo, or half of it, which is the main road that runs through Merida. for la biciruta, which is when they basically get all the people on the bikes come out and bike up and down the road, which is really cool. It's really cute. You've got families and peoples of different kind of demographics. Everyone's kind of on their bikes or on their inline skates or skateboarding. It's a really cool community thing they're doing here.
So we're walking past an amazing house, and it turns out it's a museum called the Quinta Montes Molina, and it's like a preserved living house from a rich family that bought it in like 1910. So yeah, we're going to go through and look at all these beautiful rooms. For example, this room, look at the amazing ceiling. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It was so cool. It's the lady who owns it, from the family who originally owns it, still comes to stay here, and people, like, it's just beautiful, and the rooms, it's great. It's really a good historical and just interesting experience.
When we saw that there was a living history house, I mean, it really is Steph's bread and butter, this kind of thing, so she's very happy.
Very happy. Also, there were fans in there because it's so hot outside, so it's nice going inside. Anyway, on we go with the show. So we're at the Palacio Canton.
We got here about 3 minutes before it closes, so we're going to come back tomorrow, so insert clip now of when we come back here.
We're here again. So basically the museum is all about the Mayan language and how it was written, the hieroglyphics. And it's very interesting because it took 200 years to figure it out and no one knew how to read it. And they kind of had like hints and clues, and then in 1952 the Russian researcher called Yuri Knozorov figured it out. But it wasn't until 3 decades later, after the fall of the Soviet Union, that that information is made kind of more widely spread. Crazy. And so now finally, in the very late 20th century, we finally figured out how to read the hieroglyphics, which means we know way more about the ancient Maya very recently. Heading to a different place, trying to find cochinita pibil, when we got chatting to a local, and we had a lovely conversation. It was so nice. And then he recommended this place, which is the Museo de la Gastronomica, which admittedly, it seems to be like, it's very touristy. I think there's only Americans eating here, but it's still really nice. And they have a lot of regional dishes. So I found my cochinita pibil, what I'm having, and then we're also trying the stuffed cheese, which is the queso relleno. Oh, what?
Queso
Relleno. Relleno. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Look at that. It's cheese stuffed with meat. It's really nice. So in the back of the restaurant we just ate, there's like a small Mayan village and museum that seems to be selling the food that you can eat. Very cool. Very weird.
good morning, very sweaty morning. We are at Wayan'e, which is meant to be one of the best spots for especially tacos here in Merida. And it's really well known for its crispy pork, castacan? See. And it's great. So this lovely lady came over. She didn't speak no one speaks English here, and she went over and literally talked us through every single dish, fully in Spanish. We got about 50%, I think. Understood about 50%. We've ordered 4 different tacos. Very exciting. We also ordered. We're like, oh, maybe some horchata or some like agua fresca, and then she was like, sí, but she recommends this, and this, and we thought, okay, we might be getting something like a different kind of horchata. Well, this. It's not horchata, but it's a very exciting green juice. So, who knows what?
Come on then, let's see you try it.
Oh, it's so delicious. It's like a green lemonade.
Yes.
Oh, it does smell really good.
So we have the castacan, the crispy pork belly. We have castacan con huevo with the eggs, and then some cochinita pibil.
It's so good.
Since we are Malaysian and German, we have a really unified love of crispy pork belly and pork in general. We liked it so much that we ordered more of the castacan, the crispy pork, it's so nice, and we also got some pulpo carne, just to keep trying some different things, but this is probably the best tacos we've had since we've been in Mexico, so we're super impressed. So we asked what this was. It's called, well, it's chaya, which is I think some sort of plant that they grow here locally. So it's like chaya and lemonade basically, so it's really fresh and really, really nice. Heading back to the Grande Plaza, which we haven't been to yet. And we're going to enjoy the beautiful buildings that are there on the way. So we are in the central plaza, the Merida. You can see the kind of letras behind us and the main montes.
Really beautiful.
Really beautiful.
So well maintained.
It's a very hot day, and wearing these masks in the central areas like we do in Mexico, it's definitely a bit tougher today. It's a bit sweaty. But
everyone is wearing a mask, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's well followed and it's quite spacious, and they've even got these massive modulos sanitarios, which I had to be careful bringing my camera through. It's like a sanitizing shower. So to pass my camera around the outside of it so it doesn't actually get wet, but you know, it's pretty clean, so very cool. So we're going to check out some of the museums near here and see what we find.